Hello, hi, welcome to Empathic Fire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Aries in February 2021. What's going on, Aries? How are you guys doing? I hope you are doing well. Alright, guys, wherever you are in the world, hope you're safe, happy, healthy, and secure. Continue to take very good care of yourselves and each other, Aries. People that you know and love, even strangers that you don't know. Let's go ahead and get that good juju out in the world, good woo-woo out in the world, good intentions. I hate to use this word, but pure intentions, okay? We always choose it. Every day you get to choose how you're going to live your life, what perspective and attitude and behavior you're going to choose to bring into the world, right? So I encourage everybody in my private life, in my public life, to make good choices, treat people kindly. So please, if you can, when you can, choose to do good things, choose to be kind, okay? Aries, let's just go ahead and get into it. This will be your overall reading for the month of February. Anything you want from me, it's in the description box, timestamp, information on how to get a personal reading with me. Any questions, just email me before you order. That's perfectly fine. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, which I have neglected for about a month, because, I'm a human. I got my own things I got to deal with. But I hope to get back into posting there. But if you want to follow me, the link for that is down below as well, okay? With the overalls for the month, I usually do a 6-card spread, but I changed it up a little bit. So we're going to start with half the reading, get a little bit of information from that, and then we're going to clarify and get some more information with 3 additional cards. We'll get an outcome. We'll get some overall energy and all that good stuff, okay? So before I cut off the camera, you got the Father of Swords there to start in that first position. Then you got the Hangman there. And then the Daughter of Pentacles on the far side. Not necessarily reading right to left, or excuse me, left to right, but we'll see. So, Father of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius could be dealing with an air sign, you don't have to be. Hangman, secondary major for Pisces, could be dealing with a Pisces, don't have to be. Daughter of Pentacles, earth sign energy, could be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but guess what? You don't have to be. It is a general reading. Take it all with a grain of salt. Reinterpret as you see fit, but do not force the story into your life if it does not work, if it doesn't fit naturally, okay? Let's see. So, Aries, I feel like someone may be very apprehensive about speaking and acting and doing, right? I think there might be clear intention, maybe not clear intention. I think there might be sharp intention, Father of Swords, to declare something, to say something. But then that's at the same time, someone might be a bit shy to do so, reluctant to do so. Or there could be a certain truth, a certain conversation that someone doesn't want to have with another person. There might be information, if not a conversation, but information that someone doesn't want to necessarily recognize, okay? Doesn't necessarily want to acknowledge, or is struggling to acknowledge, struggling to accept. This could be coming from a young person, Daughter of Pentacles on the end there, being the Page of Pentacles in other decks. But generally speaking, Aries, it feels muddy, it feels heavier, or like maybe in some people's, like you've got sand in your pockets or like mud in your pockets, like you're being weighed by like some sticky, grimy substance, or like you can't shake this thing, you can't shake this feeling, like with mud or sand, like it's not easily cleaned off of you. It's not easily, like if you've got a handful of mud in your pocket, you can't just like take the mud out and your pocket's totally clean and your pants are totally clean. It's like, no, I gotta take, it's like to clean up or to get clear of whatever this is not easy. And that's how you feel or someone else feels. I'm not really sure just yet. And the solution and or problem is surrounding particular information or conversation with a particular person. For some of you, this is a family situation. In other cases, it's friendship. I'm not feeling it too heavily in your workspace, but it could be that. It could be that someone is having a hard time readjusting or compromising or adapting to certain changes in the workforce or in their daily daily practices, daily rituals. The things that we do regularly, day in, day out. You know, get up, make a cup of coffee, drive to the office, da 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 da. You know what I mean? And 2020, clearly, it's not that far back in our memories. A lot changed with people in their work scenarios or in their work situations. Some people were sent and they're working from home, or they were put on, you know, part-time status, whatever it is. It's a whole bunch of different avenues for all of you. So this could be still someone struggling to adjust to how their work life is going in the day to day, right? Because Pentacles and Page of Pentacles can tend to, you know, sort of those mundane, task-oriented things that we have to do, like to-do lists, checklists, things like that. And being that it's a daughter, being that it's a page over here, someone could be feeling out of their depth, or feeling like they weren't given enough information, or they weren't trained properly. If this is like being hired into a new job or being redirected in your current job, you might feel as though you're going in blindly. You know, there's a bat on the hanged man there, so you're like like a blind bat, and you don't know the protocol, you don't know the rules and the regulations, which would concern the Page of Pentacles. They would want to do a good job, they would want to know what rules apply to them or what is expected of them, but it might not have come across in translation. Because even though the Father of Swords, again, equivalent to the King of Swords in other decks, is typically known to be a good communicator, if not an excellent communicator, it's not also a chatty person, or sometimes can be a little aloof in the communication. So as much as someone could give a great speech, be a great orator or something like that, they might not actually be good at, like, let's say, written communication. Or so this might be your boss, and they might talk a good game, and they know how to lead a meeting, and they know how to, you know, get people inspired to put in good work, but their emails are like littered with grammatical mistakes, and like they think that they've said something written down, but it wasn't written down clearly, something like that. So there is a potential for someone to miss the mark in their communication style, or their approach, or the information that they give, period, right? And that could be the disconnect that that person has with the hanged man. Maybe this person over here doesn't realize that they're not all they're cracked up to be when it comes to disseminating information to their work staff, right? Or even with a friend or a family member or something like that. Where you are, Aries, I have no idea. But that's how we're going to start this reading. So let's get some further clarification. You could be the Father of Swords. You could be the Daughter of Pentacles. You could be the Hangman. This could be 3 different people. This could be 2 people. This could be 1 person. I'm not really sure. But hopefully something there resonated with you. So let's just get some further information on this for Aries, please. What else is going on here regarding this storyline, regarding these energies for Aries in February 2021? What else is going on? Please show me. 1, 2, 3. What am I doing here? Bottom of the deck is here, right? Oh no, I want an outcome. Let me get an outcome, and then we'll get the bottom of the deck. And then give me an outcome for this situation for Aries, please. 1 outcome card for Aries, please. 1 outcome card for Aries in February 2020. Oh, excuse me, February 2021. February 2021. Outcome card for Aries regarding the situation in February 2021. Okay, Star in reverse, and this was already on the bottom of the deck. I believe that was down there, and that is the 5 of Wands, right? No, 4 of Wands. My bad. So outcome Star in reverse. Oh, I thought it was 3. It's going to be 4. So the first one was 5 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, and then together, oh, shit, okay. See? This kind of took a turn. 10 of Wands and the 9 of Swords. Okay. I didn't show you any of these cards, so let me quickly show you these cards, just in case you are a visual learner or you just haven't seen this deck before, whatever. Father of Swords was at the top there. Hangman. Right? Daughter of Pentacles. Okay. I love a little show and tell myself, so I don't want to neglect anybody who enjoys the card artwork and all that good stuff. 5 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, and then together 10 of Wands and 9 of Swords again, and then we'll talk about the Star and the overall later. All right. So, Aries, two cards, if not three cards, sort of, these three here, talking about a considerable ending, which wasn't signaled before. I did not talk about endings at all. But now that this has come out, maybe that's why someone's reluctant. Well, I guess I was talking about it when I mentioned people being changed to work from home, or maybe they lost their jobs or have been reassigned in some type of way. So I guess implicitly there was some type of mention of endings or this aspect of endings, but it's here at least three times. Possibly for some of you, this could be an ending in a family situation, whatever that means to you. We might have issues with parentals and children, not little kids, not like you're ending anything with your toddler. Pages can indicate pre-adolescence. It's usually that, but I'm feeling you could have a child who is an adult, but they energetically show up as a page. So you could be dealing with your 20-something year old, your 30-something year old child, and there could be something going on there, but they still, maybe through your eyes, through your perspective, they're always, that's something that I've heard parents say, something my parents have said to me throughout my life: you're always going to be my baby. And I'm like, I am not even anywhere near the size of a baby, let alone am I developmentally a baby. But I understand the sentiment. So I'm an adult, full-fledged. You might be, or your child might be, but you see them as a baby. You see them as a toddler or a young child. You know what I mean? Or they behave in a certain way like a young child. I feel possibly that this has been trying to make this happen. Ten of Cups, wish fulfillment, deep contentment, really just having the joys in life, that rainbow scheme there, right? And, there's just an abundance of happiness that I think has been in this situation at some point. And maybe someone is still hoping for that, wishing for that, clinging to that perhaps. But with everything that's going on around it, something is shifting, something is changing, something is no longer possible. Like, this is no longer realistic, I suppose. And that is kind of coming back to this Hanged Man. Hanged Man is being in suspension, being in this, neither progressive, neither regressive place, just a static place, and all you have is your thoughts. All you have is your recognition of your current moment, or the situation that you're in, the environment that you're in, the relationships that you're in. And you may, if you choose, take that time to make it a reevaluation period, make it a reflective period, make it a period of your life where you seek or are open to solutions, right? Or you can be, as I said before, blind as a bat, or close your eyes, sort of that hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil kind of thing. You don't take anything in. So it's the choice of the individual. You, someone else, I don't know who this is, right? You know better than I do, clearly. And so there could be a reluctance on someone's part to be aware of what the writing on the wall is saying. Perhaps there has been, or like I said at the beginning, there needs to be, could be, there is a proposal to have possibly a very earnest, a very honest discussion with another person about the situation at hand, the realities at hand, and someone might be totally disconnected from that option and not interested. And possibly, much like a bat would cling with its, I guess their paws, or I don't know what they are, talons, I have no idea, but it could be the Hanged Man figure is clawing to this idea of happily ever after with the Ten of Cups. And that clinging to that image, it's almost like, clutching hard onto a dream and not waking up or not wanting to wake up from that dream. And if we're talking about work and if we're talking about family, that's where a lot of people rest their hopes and their dreams and their aspirations, right? This job, this family, this relationship, this, my children, my husband, my wife, whatever. Out of this connection, out of this experience, I will be the happiest I will be. I will be and have and attain all the dreams that I've ever wished for myself. And that's normal. That's what most people do. But when things change Ten of Wands, Nine of Swords, even the Ten of Cups itself, since tens indicate some type of transition period. We move from the end of a cycle, the 10, back down to the 1. Both of those things are happening at once. Or, we end and we begin. Yes, both of those things are happening at once. And someone might be, just not accepting that. And it could just be natural progressive change. Going back here, just to plug it in. This again could be a young person, a young child, going from a pre-adolescent to a teenager. You know what I mean? Or, whatever the child development stages are. I'm a little rusty since I left college. But anyway, so this could be your 12-year-old, literally, who's about to become 13. And maybe that symbolically, sentimentally means a lot to you. And, oh, my little boy's growing up and my little girl's growing up and all that kind of stuff, And there's just this natural progression that's happening. There's natural development. There's natural change and evolution in your life, in the situation, in the people that you're dealing with, even within yourself, Aries. And you or the other person or other people just having a very hard time accepting it. Not to say it's easy, not to say that, hurry up, time's a wasting or something like that, but it's kind of like it's for naught, because you can't avoid this. Whatever this is, it can't be avoided. It has had its run. It has completed a cycle going from 1 to 10. Again, 10 of Cups, 10 of Wands. So it's run the gamut. It's done everything it's supposed to do. It's served its purpose. But someone over here, I feel, could also be like unfinished business is coming in late here. This idea of unfinished business between the nine of Swords and the 10 of Wands. 9 of Swords is a feeling of anxiety, is a feeling of frustration, is a feeling of worry, or being, in some cases, racked with guilt, in some cases feeling a little bit inundated with like bad thoughts. Okay. And I think I said the word guilt, right? So if this was a good situation turned bad, there could be someone who has a guilty conscience about the weight that they carried, or the burden that they introduced into the situation, or a burden that they carried within themselves that, without rectification or being rectified, kind of sullied the situation. So if this was, let's say, a family situation, and maybe it is your kid or your parent, or your sibling. It doesn't have to be strictly parents and children. It could be anybody. There could be someone who feels, based on their own natural inclinations, their own natural makeup, how they are, their personality, their behavioral type, all that stuff, they might feel that they themselves are a burden, right? And there's not much they can do about it, because this is how they were born, this is their personality, this is how they deal with stress, this is how they feel in these types of situations. And again, there is potentially, with the Hangman, a rigidity, an inflexibility in a person, not wanting to, or they have some inability to open themselves up to a new perspective, or see or behave differently going forward, right? And again, the Hangman, I think, is signaling that this work should be done, not necessarily that it's not being done. Okay? So someone might think of themselves as a burden and feel that's unchangeable. And what did I just say? Change is natural. It's evolutionary. It happens whether we want it to or not. And particularly, change can happen when we think it can't, or we have some perception, again, Hangman, perception of self that is limited. And the Hangman, the situation at hand, the time in your life, I mean, the situation at hand, 2020, put a big old pause on humanity, period. Okay, not just Aries, everybody got a nice little time out in 2020. Whether it was the 3 quarters of the year, from March until the end, that you had it, or maybe 6 months, maybe 4 months, maybe 2 weeks, I don't know. But at some point, everyone had a little bit of the pause, right? And what you did, or what he did or she did at that time, that's your choice. But there is sort of this feeling like, when it all was said and done, what I contributed was nothing but burden. When it was time to put up or shut up, when it was time to really demonstrate that I was a team player, that I was capable. I didn't. I dropped the ball. And some people feel like that's just how they're made. That was a little bit of a tangent, but oh, I see. And it's coming from here, Five of Pentacles. I'm like, who's this person who doesn't feel good about themselves or who doesn't feel that they're worth anything? Five of Pentacles is a lack of worth, a lack of self-worth. In terms of tarot, Pentacles, possibly feeling like you don't have enough money, enough status, enough clout, enough physical resources, enough in terms of possessions. It could be your wellness, could be your health, your physical body. Your physical body may, some people may feel like their physical body has failed them, or they really, let their health go down the drain, something like that. And of course, I mean, even with the image there, the flower is drooping and the petal is falling. So there is this decline, or decay is the word they gave me. Decline, decay, something loses value. And that's here. Next to this Ten of Pentacles, next to this dream, this wish come true. So somebody's dream has died, right? Somebody's wishes are dying, or they don't see how they can still attain those dreams, attain their wishes, right? Now this, again, family, friends, workplace, personal relationships, intimate relationships, public relationships, I don't know. This could be a purely financial situation, even though I don't feel that too heavily. This could be all love. I'm not sure. It's very wide. This is hitting all of you in different ways, okay? So please feel free to reinterpret. Please feel free to discard what doesn't apply to you. But what applies, take it all with a grain of salt. And again, please reinterpret and use the information to help yourself and enrich yourself and give yourself some type of healing, some type of put yourself towards some type of fulfillment. Okay. Your outcome for February is the Star in reverse. This is Aquarius. So you could be dealing with an Aquarius. You don't have to be, but what was I just saying before I talked about how you might be able to take away from this message? I was just talking about wishes and dreams kind of falling apart, decaying, right? Declining, right? This is a very colorful card here. There's a little bit of a rainbowy star here. So it's like the color in your life, or the color in a certain aspect of your life, Aries, is fading, is what this feels like. Or this is someone else's perspective of you, or their connection with you, or what have you. It is a general reading. It can go vice versa. But also, the Star in reverse indicates that we're not necessarily in a healing mindset, or we're not focused on our healing. We're not focused on our wellness. The Star is, I feel, strong. I don't know that strong is the best word, but it's a poignant isolation. It's poignant self-love and self-work and self-focus. Aquarius is highly intellectual, but also can be aloof. Also can, kind of shoot can kind of like go too far, or go beyond a limit, or not a limit, but like possibly trying to do too much or see too much all at once, something like that. And there's a need to reel it in, or there's a need to kind of edit. There we go, edit. Okay, so someone could have that going on. There's a need to edit the self, not censor the self, not edit as in don't say, don't do, but edit in terms of maybe edit, modify goals, modify or edit certain inclinations, edit or modify certain reactions or expectations, right? But then also still give and give that tender love and care to yourself, or to the person in need in the situation. And the Star in reverse, I think, is a person, or it's speaking to an energy in your situation that is a little out of sorts at this time. Okay. Overall energy was the Four of Wands. So for many of you, this has been about your domestic space, about the place or the people that you consider to be home to you. And it doesn't have to be your familial home. It could be home with family, it could be how at home you feel in your workplace. But specifically, or maybe not specifically, but coming through here, it's like foundationally where you feel safe, where you feel secure, where you feel respected or valued. Because we talked about that over here. Five of Pentacles. So where you feel valued in your personal life, your professional life, your private life, whatever, public life, where your value is right now in some form or fashion, Aries, it's changing. It's going through some type of edit, some type of evolution, some type of change. Okay. I don't feel super disturbed energy in terms of like it's all coming crumbling down and there's no excuse me, pardon me, there's no way to recover. That's not what I'm feeling here. But pardon me, I do feel that there is a shakeup or a shift of some type. And again, it could just be the natural progression of things and someone isn't necessarily handling that well. Okay. Aries, that's your reading for February. If you liked it, there's a like button down below. Hit that for me. If you want to leave a comment, let me know how this resonates in your life. Please feel free to leave a comment. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Would love to meet you. Would love to have you as part of the community here. And if you need a personal reading from me, Aries, that information is going to be down in the description box below, okay? Aries, please remember to check all your playlists across the years that I've had the channel if you want to see other messages. And as for this particular message, I will do it at the end of February, but you'll have your mid-March, or excuse me, your mid-February to look forward to in about 2 or 3 weeks. Probably a week and a half. if I'm a good girl and I stick to my schedule. But anyway, guys, if you need me in the meantime, again, check the description box and you can get it personal with me. And until then, until a later time, Aries, I thank you guys so much for watching. Take care.